5 a.m. and I'm biting my nails because tomorrow's the day. Alright, that's not how the opening one goes, but we're doing My Hero Academia, or for all the weebs, Boku no Hero Academia, where Boku means I in man.
Okay.
I am your rated R superhero, Annie.
I guess I'm the teacher, Minty.
And this is FunUntitled, where we serve every podcast with an FU.
Like, who nowadays who watches anime doesn't know My Academia?
It has become this generation's Naruto, if I may say.
It is part of the new classic.
Yeah, like, I feel like a lot of young weebs are like, bro, you gotta know My Hero Academia, Black Clover, and Demon Slayers. Like, those are the 3 Shonen Jump staples now.
Oh man, one of them's over.
Back in my day, we had Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, and Dragon Ball was our grandpa.
Series that never ended. Actually, 2 of them is done.
Well,
man, that was a long series.
Demon Slayers were like, hey, we out volume 20. We're doing the FMA route. Naruto and Bleach are like, we couldn't even stop when we wanted to. But yeah, so if you lived under a rock, or you're like 5 years old, or you just had a life in general, My Hero Academia follows the story of a young boy. He lives in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where everyone has superpowers and superheroes are just a daily thing. And he wants to be just like his number one hero, All Mighto. All Might.
This isn't like Guy Maito. It's just, you've never said his name yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. His name is Izuku Midoriya.
We just call him Deku.
Deku. Just like Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah, I never put the 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda fan. Anyways, his hopes and dreams was crushed because he is literally the only person in society who does not have superpowers.
Well, what is it, like 10% of people don't have superpowers? Which they call quirks.
Which is weird if you think about it.
They explain the whole history of why it's called a quirk.
But yeah, he's the only one he knows. I'm sure he'll meet another one in the future. Spoiler alert. And then, so he's like, oh, I'm still gonna strive to be a hero, but with my brain. And his childhood friend, Bakugo Katsuki,
Kachan.
yeah, was like, fuck no, I'm gonna put you in your place. And it's basically Deku we'll get into it later, but he is on the path to become Hokage.
Shut up.
The number one hero. The symbol of hope. Izuku Midoriya, as a character, I feel like falls into the Shonen Jump trap of being the green, innocent boy who's doing his best, but he's a novice, so he has to work his way up.
Are you saying he's the new Gon?
He's the new Gon, and he was Tanjiro before he was cool.
You think Tanjiro's green?
He has a green jacket.
Yeah, but his hair's red, so I always associate him with red.
Mother effing Gon is black hair with green outfit.
I don't know, it's like a green, highlight.
I'm not going into this right now. The green. Dabba dee dabba da.
Leave a comment what color Tanjiro is.
God damn. Everyone has black hair in that series, so I guess everyone's black.
Red.
He has a red outline. Oh, whatever. We're on the topic too much. My Academia is an interesting series because unlike all the other series we review, we're not gonna talk shit about My Hero Academia.
It has been a long time since we've talked only good things. Maybe Golden Kamuy was the last one. But I think a lot of times we talk shit about a lot of other animes because things like My Hero Academia exist and it's just leagues beyond some of these other series.
Oh, okay. So, just to give a rundown for why we are qualified to talk about My Hero Academia, in this episode, we're only going to talk about season 1. But for the manga, I believe Minty caught up in the English translation. So, I don't know what you call that arc, but just know that, pretty far. And I know some spoilers. It's just very easy for me to read chapter by chapter than binging multiple chapters, which sucks when we want to read the same manga together because Minty's like, just read in batches. And I'm like, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm a much more of a binger, and I'm not a super fan of reading digitally. Unless it's my only option. Then of course I'll just, do it.
So we know about My Hero Academia. We got you Deku and Kachan relationship developing to become gay.
The more I watch this series, the more I'm like, I could get on that ship. At first it was like a no TP. Now it's I could see is an OTP?
Man, I want to get into the My Hero Academia fandom, but that fandom has so many teens, and it's just kind of, different vibes, you know?
It's like flashbacking into the Naruto fandom. That was bad.
So, let's get into My Hero Academia. I hope this is either a nostalgic run-through for anyone that knows the series, and for anyone who doesn't, is like, now you can brag to your friends, you know what My Hero Academia is about.
Yeah, I mean, so the series really kicks off when, like you said, Deku saves Kachan, but you didn't mention about the whole part about...
Yeah, I want to go really in-depth in chapter 1, because everything else in season 1, yeah, okay, I get why they exist, they're building blocks, yada yada. Let's talk about chapter 1, like, kind of beat by beat for a bit.
Fair enough.
So, Deku, you know, he's in school, he's about to graduate Japan's middle school and go into high school, and he wants to join the notorious high school? Sky High? UA. I don't know what UA stands for.
It doesn't stand for anything. I believe it's supposed to be like a play on words for the Japanese word for hero.
Oh, that's so smart. But then, like I said, his childhood friend turned bully Ka-chan is like, ha, you want to be a hero? I have amazing exploding powers. I think you can do something weird with your pinky toe? Get off my level, scrub. And then he threatens Deku to kill himself, and no one lets that scene go. I'm sorry, Ka-chan. That will label you for the rest of your life. Anyways, so Deku's all defeated and stuff. But then, he runs into the #1 hero of Japan, All Might. And if you're wondering, oh, did they translate his name from Japanese to English? No. Because all these heroes have English names despite living in Japan. Because we really gotta hammer it in that this is inspired by DC and Marvel.
I mean, I think English names just technically sound cooler in Japanese. You know, because it's different.
Yeah, like Pokemon, we have that one Pokemon named Lizard.
Lizardo!
And Deku's like, oh my god, oh my, I'm like your biggest fan. He's honestly, one of his defining personality trait is that he loves All Might. I'm not even kidding.
That's the kind of fanboy we need more of in the series.
He's such a fan, he just grabs onto All Might as he bounces away. Funny scene. Very funny scene.
Hilarious. It really shows the artistic talent that this creator has.
And because he grabbed onto All Might, he realizes All Might's greatest secret. He is voiced by Christopher Sabat. No, he cannot be a hero full time. He ran into like an incident several years ago where he saved like thousands of people, but now his organs are fucked up, so he can only flex his muscle for like maybe twice a day, and then he has to go back to like a really wimpy form.
That not many people know about. Like 2?
At the time, I believe only like 4 people knew.
Damn.
Because I knew the principal knows, the granny knows, Gran Torino knows, and Night Eye knows.
That's right. Oh, I was quick thinking.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I think at that point, All Might's like, hey, I can't let people know me, the symbol of peace, has weaknesses. And I think he discourages Deku at this point from being a hero because it's like, hey man, I'm really tired, you know, this whatever. But because All Might was with Deku, All Might fucked up, and a villain escaped on his watch, and he took Ka-chan hostage. And All Might's like, ah shit, I used up all my, muscle flexes, I can't save this kid. But that didn't stop Deku. Deku was like, oh my god, I gotta help Ka-chan! And Ka-chan's like, what are you doing? You don't have powers! And this is the first amazing moment, was when Deku is saving his bloody bully, and it's like, I don't know, my body just moved. And that inspires All Might. I cannot tell you how cool it is that Deku inspired his hero. In chapter 1, this kid's going places. All Might does his cool ass thing where he saves the day by going plus ultra.
A big strong theme of this series.
Plus ultra is basically go beyond your limits. It's kind of like Black Clover.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about the all-time GOAT scene of chapter 1?
You can do it.
Okay. I love this scene so much because All Might's like, hey kid, you inspired me, and you know what? You've shown the defining trait, not having powers. It's not having cool powers, it's moving on your own. And I do think, in dramatic music, you can be a hero too. And Deku just starts sobbing because no one in his life believed in him till now.
The build-up of this this chapter was amazing. It was just like from childhood, Deku and his parent knew that he was never gonna be a hero, and he's always just wanted to hear those words, but no one was ever gonna give it to him, and the one who does is the one who's really could make a difference in his life.
But he is like arguably the most important person in Deku's life, and he hasn't even met the man.
And he's the most important person in like everyone's lives, a symbol of peace. And what this series does great is just like really hammering in the importance of this, not just like Deku's life, but like in society and how it affects things down the line outside of season 1.
I think another thing is that art style is so unique and refreshing. It's not like the typical anime style, this cartoon mixed in. So he really knows how to draw like crying scenes. So when Deku broke down, I was like, I can't. And then All Might reveals that he got his powers from someone else because he was also born quirkless. And the powers is called One for All. Sorry, I get confused with the one for all for one. And it's basically, you just get amazing powers. But you have to like learn how to control it. So that way he's not a Mary Sue from the get-go.
Yeah, One for All is a great power, but it's not compatible with Deku's weak body. So, you start off with a training montage where like Deku has to train his body. Although, even after training his body to as much of a 14/15-year-old can, he's still got a lot to work with. These are like supernatural powers, right?
Yeah. So it's the day of the entrance exam. He has the powers. He didn't really use it in practice yet. So he's like, fuck. What do I do? And the whole thing is you gotta defeat robots and you get points depending on how many robots you defeat. But Deku fucked up.
Did you like the entrance exam?
I thought it was interesting, the twist, because the whole premise is that you have to defeat the robots to get points. But Deku spent the entire exam saving someone, so he wasn't able to defeat a robot. And then the twist is, we didn't tell you this, but we was also grading you on rescue points.
Which makes sense for a hero exam.
Yeah, so that was my favorite part.
If I remember correctly, there's also a written portion, right? Doesn't Deku score high in that regard as well?
I don't remember. I'm thinking of FMA when you say that.
I don't know, I'm thinking of Naruto. Or even like One Punch Man.
That was a written exam. I refuse to believe Mineta passed that.
Well, it's because it's like a combination, right? It could be just rescue and villain point.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the entrance exam.
Oh, why
but
not?
It was short, because Deku doesn't have powers, so he doesn't do anything.
He need a cool punchy.
And then he fucked up his arm.
Oh yeah, Deku learns that, so he imitates All Might's attacks, and All Might has like the 50 states as his attack. He has like Pennsylvania Smash, which is wild, by the way.
Some of the states that the creator chooses, it's like, why?
I'm waiting for a Hawaii Punch.
Oh god.
It's there. So, if he imitates All Might, he realizes that he fucks up his body because he can't control it well. You see this boy get so battered. Like, it's not even legal at this point.
Now, of course, that makes an interesting aspect of this series, right?
Yeah.
And of course, like, okay, there's potential for like a growth and a journey, and of course you get all that. But sometimes it's just hard watching it because like, what the hell are you gonna do? Which, to be honest, from the first chapter, even when he was like looking at Kachan, he had no powers. I guess we should have known the whole theme was, what the hell are you gonna do? You can't do nothing.
Yeah, real helplessness. I do want to just say, My Hero Academia, it's really tugs on your heartstring. Like, I think only Demon Slayers, One Piece, and My Hero Academia gets me wired up emotionally. So like, when Deku, like, you think he's gonna fail this exam, I really felt it with him. And like, when he got that news, or like, you got into the #1 school in Japan, I was like, so happy for my boy.
That was very cute. So he gets into class 1A, the best of the class,
Best of the best, baby. I wonder if we're gonna meet class B later.
I wonder if there's gonna be some weird contention between the two.
Ooh. I wonder if class C is not even gonna be important.
Is there gonna be even a D, E, and F?
Who knows?
Why are we saying this? Anyway, so he meets his teacher Aizawa, who is a fantastic pro hero who somehow became a teacher with the power of...
He erases people's quirks.
What is it called? Erasure?
I don't know. Well, if he looks at you, you don't have your powers, and it doesn't work on people who have physical powers. Like, if someone has a tail, let's say, if he looks at you, that tail doesn't disappear.
You know how amazing that would be?
You know how effed up that would be?
I don't know. So we'll skip the quirk apprehension arc.
It's basically just Eraser being like, I can't let you in this class if you're gonna wreck your body every single time. So Deku has to learn to use his power at 1%.
It's basically a physical.
Yeah, basically.
Then we get to the battle trial, which is where they team up into pairs. One acts as a hero, one acts as the villain, and they fight each other. This I love.
Oh, yeah. This is really cool because you get to see everyone in Deku's class. And they all have pretty cool powers, except for some.
What? How dare you?
How dare you speak bad of my boy Mineta? God, I feel bad for Mineta.
I know Mineta's a pervert, but honestly, there's nothing wrong with him.
That's a Shonen Jump staple. And he's 15, y'all. Give him a break. Okay, this is a small rant, one sentence rant. I hate people who literally dedicate blogs of this is My Hero Academia by edited out Mineta. Like, get a life. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to say something controversial. I really do think Mineta and Kaminari are friends.
They are friends. Aren't they like best friends?
Not according to the fandom.
Dude, what the hell?
But yeah, so I thought this was a very neat way to show off everyone's powers. And it's like quick glimpses, you know, you got to see some interesting team up.
Fuck that. The next arc can do the whole like showing powers. I love this for the catharsis of Deku versus Kachan.
Yeah. You know Naruto versus Sasuke? You know how you have to wait like 700 chapters? My Hero Academia was like, fuck that. Episode 2, baby. Yeah, so Kachan's on the villain side, Deku's on the hero side, and, you know, this arc was interesting because it's the first time you see that Kachan isn't just a meathead, he's actually really smart.
Yeah, which only makes it more interesting. I mean, really, the biggest difference between Deku and Kachan comes down to, like, personality more than anything, because they're both pretty powerful, they're both crafty, they're both intelligent, in different ways, of course, but, like, if you had to scale them from 1 to 10, they're probably similar numbers.
Okay, is there anything else about the battle trial you want to talk about? Because, like, we can go on and on about Kachan and Deku being really cool foils to each other, but end of the day, in IMO, these beginning arcs was really short.
Sure, yeah, I mean, it's just like introduction stuff.
So this is the first time we should have known Deku was gay for Kachan, when Deku right off the bat was like, hey Kachan, I know you're upset because, like, I got really strong and you thought I was hiding my quirk from you, but that's not it, I got my quirk from someone. And it's like, Deku, shut up! No one knows this!
Well, that is pretty gay.
And it's pretty gay. And, okay, My Academia has 2 movies, no spoilers, second movie very gay.
And shitty. We'll get into that another day. When the 3rd movie comes out, we'll go over all 3.
Oh, okay, but real fast. Polycule, Deku, Kachan, and Todoroki. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay.
I know, you know, polycule shit doesn't have to be a throuple. I just feel like that's just not a throuple that works for me.
What about Deku, Ida, and Todoroki?
That I can get behind.
Something about the My Hero Academia fandom that kind of irked me is that the popular ship, there's so many ships in My Hero Academia because in class 1A there's like 20 students and the popular ships depend literally on like the last chapter that came out because during the sports festival arc, that's we're not covering that this episode, but Todoroki reigns supreme. There's nothing that could beat Todoroki. And then we got to the Stain arc where they had to do laundry and then I saw so many of the polycule Ida, Deku, Todoroki. And now in the current chapters we get some Bakudeku moments so everyone won't shut up about Bakudeku.
To be fair though, there have been Bakudeku moments throughout the whole damn series.
In the beginning, like we said, hella toxic. Then Kachan goes through something called character growth of being number 1 on the popularity poll. And he got better.
You know, I think it's they both go through character growth where Deku stands up for himself and Bakugo kind of steps down. So they kind of meeting each other in the middle so it feels better. And they're also like 15. What the hell are you guys gonna judge 15-year-olds on?
Something interesting is that Kachan, he is number 1 popularity polls. He most of the times beat Deku. And I feel like in a lot of series where the main character is kind of like a ooh-woo sunshine boy, they don't get first. Like in Demon Slayer, Zenitsu got first.
What?
Yeah, no one counts that as an official popularity poll, but it's the only one we have.
Damn.
And then, I don't think Hunter x Hunter ever did one.
No, yeah, they never did, but I would assume Killua would be number 1.
Yeah. And then kind of like in Naruto, where he lost one time to Sasuke.
I think in the beginning, Sasuke won a lot, then towards the end, Naruto won.
Is it because Sasuke became a whiny bitch boy?
I think Sasuke wasn't there as much.
But yeah, so then we get to the final arc of Season 1, the USJ.
This This was cute. I like this arc.
This arc was basically, they met an astronaut who took them up to a facility.
13.
Spoiler alert, a woman.
Spoiler alert, Suyu will be your favorite character of all times. She is so amazing. And she has not done anything to betray that.
So basically, the USJ, the Unforeseen Simulation Joint, I don't know why it's called that, they need to train their rescue skills in case of disaster. And 13 is the #1 disaster hero. That means she deals with disasters, not that she's a disaster.
Bringing us back to entrance exam.
So, like, let's say if you live in Japan and there's a tsunami.
Dude, they were focusing on the rescue skills. And then what happens? A secret thing happens where they have to actually get judged on their defeating the League of Villains.
Yeah, you don't actually get to see any of these rescuing skills because they get ambushed immediately by the series' main antagonist, Shigaraki.
Do you don't actually meet the main dude. You just meet, like, a Nomu, right?
No, you meet the hand guy.
Do you?
Yeah, remember that one really cool scene, this is jumping ahead a little, where he's trying to put all 5 fingers on Suyu, but then, like, Deku's gonna stop him.
Oh.
I think, like, that's the part where Eraser Mike was, like, staring at him when he did touch Suyu. So then the Nomu, that's basically the grunts that they made to start slamming Eraser Mike's head against the ground so that way he could stop looking at Shigaraki. And that's why, Eraser...
Did you say Eraser Mike?
I go on the tag a lot because I like My Hero Academia. Sometimes I forget his name's Eraserhead because I always see Eraser Mike even when Present Mike isn't there.
I don't like any of those ships.
No, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't like Eraser Mike. It's so shallow. And it's not shallow. If you read Vigilantes, the spin-off of My Hero Academia, you know there's a lot. I'll go with this. It's so weirdly fetishized in the fandom.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, this arc it's very cool. Don't they split off into, like...
Yeah, because Shigaraki has a side dude, I forget his name, we'll call him the Shadow Man, where he can make portals, so he split up all the students to all the different disaster areas. Like, he put Deku, Floppy, and Grape Juice in the water disaster area.
Oh, you went with the hero names.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name. Fly.
Suyu and Mineta, those are like one of the 2 heroes we haven't even said Ochako's name in this entire episode. And you can't remember Suyu and Mineta, which we've already said.
God, I love green tea shipping. Anyways, so Deku's with the frog and the grape, and he's like, oh, Jesus Christ, we gotta hold out until All Might comes.
Oh, right, because Ida goes to get him.
Yeah, the class president, baby. I think they did a distraction long enough just for Ida to run out to get reinforcement, because this training facility basically has 2 pro heroes, 13 and Eraser, against like 50 villains. And, okay, the devastation that happened this arc, because Shigaraki, the main antagonist, like, I hinted this before, but just in case I didn't make it clear enough, his powers is that if he touches something with all 5 fingers, like man, woman, child, dog, you would disintegrate. Like, nothing. You would get Thanos.
The 5-finger discount on life.
And he has one strong goon, like I said, his name is a Nomu, and they're all fucking everything up. Like, there is no hope that these students can make it through. And by the time, like, all the students are battered, the 2 main heroes are down, we're about to lose the frog girl, or Uwu, precious waifu.
My Suyu!
We get the coolest scene in season 1 that's not from episode 1. All Might comes, and he says his signature catchphrase, "Do not fear, for I am here." Or something like that. I forget what it was.
Very signature.
He hasn't said it for a while, and you know it. But the thing is, he always comes with a smile. He is the hero always with a smile because he is hope, but he is not smiling when he comes. He's fucking pissed. And he goes plus ultra on that Nomu's ass. And it's the coolest fight scene. And I can't even describe it. Look it up on YouTube.
I didn't realize you liked that so much.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. That's like the GOAT moment of season 1.
Oh.
Again, it's so satisfying to see all these people with no hope. You know, suddenly the tide shifts 180.
No, yeah, I mean, I can see that.
God, it's killing me. I don't know All Might's phrase. And just like how season 1 comes to a close, we shall end the podcast.
Yeah, how does this arc end besides All Might almost getting his ass kicked?
I mean, it's just like a really cool fight. They did a lot of rainbow sparkles. They all go home being like, wow, I can't believe we almost died. And Ojo was here? And then we, kick it off with season 2 with the best anime opening.
We'll talk about that later.
Until then, plus ultra!